Now I am going to solve this problem 157. In this problem it is said that replace these two forces which are acting on this frame by a wrench, right? So we need to convert these two forces into a wrench resultant, right? And it is said that write the moment associated with the wrench as a vector. So we have to represent that moment which is associated with the wrench as a vector, and it is also said that specify the coordinates of the point P in the YZ plane through which the line of action of the wrench passes. Note that the forces of magnitude F is parallel to the x-axis. It is said that this force F is parallel to this x-axis, right? And this 3F force is parallel to the z-axis, which is shown here, right? So now first we will find the resultant. So to find the resultant R, it will be equal to the summation of all forces along x. If you want to find the Rx component of the resultant, so now as we can see that only this force is acting along x and it is in the positive x direction, so we will write Fi. And now if you want to find the Ry component of the resultant, so we will sum up all the forces in the y direction. Since there is no force in the y direction, so this will be equal to 0. And to find the Rz component of the resultant, so we will add up all those forces which are acting along z. So only this 3F force is acting in the negative z direction, so I will write minus 3Fk. And if we represent that R vector, so then R vector will be, if I write it here, so R vector will be equal to, so we can write Fi minus 3Fk. And if we take F common, so then it will be I minus 3K. So this is that vector representation, right? So as we can see that this resultant has two components, one component in the I direction, in the x direction, and one component in the negative z direction. So this means that this resultant is in the YZ plane, right? So if I represent that resultant here at this point O, so it has one component in the x direction and one component in the negative z direction, right? So let's say that this is that component which is acting in the negative z direction. So the resultant will be like this. The resultant will be from the tail of the first to the head of the last vector. These are the components, right? So if I represent that, so this will be that resultant from this point to this point. So we can complete the parallelogram by placing this same vector at that point O, right? So let me place it here, and if I place this component again at this point, so this resultant has two components, one component in the x direction and one component in the negative z direction. So this is that resultant, right? So this is that resultant vector representation. So this resultant vector is in the xz plane, right? So in this problem it is said that specify the coordinates of point P in the YZ plane. So where is YZ plane? So this is YZ plane. If I draw the YZ plane, so this will be our YZ plane. So let me draw a line here parallel to the Z axis, and let me move it to this point, let's say, right? And if I draw one another line parallel to the y axis, right, somewhere here, and if I place it here, right, and if I copy this line again, so if I place this line here, right, so this is the YZ plane, right? So these green lines constitute a YZ plane. So let me say that this is that YZ plane, right? So it is said that specify the coordinates of the point P in the YZ plane. So let's say that this resultant is in the YZ plane, right, somewhere here. So if I move this whole resultant, right, so if I move it, so let's say that this resultant is somewhere here in the YZ plane, right? Let me move this back to this point. So let's say that this is that point P. If I represent that point P, so let's say that this is the point P. and let me remove these lines. So we need to find the coordinates of this point P in the YZ plane, and this is that YZ plane. So let's say that the distance of this point P from this Z axis is along Y is equal to Y. Let's draw that. Let's mention that dimension. Let's say that this distance is Y, right? And let's say that this distance along the Z axis is Z. Let's say that this distance is Z. So we need to find this Y and Z coordinates of this point P. Since this point P is in the YZ plane, so its X coordinate will be 0, right? So if we write its coordinates, so then the coordinates will be 0, Y and Z. So we need to find this Y and Z coordinates of the wrench resultant, right? And let's assume that the wrench is positive. So if the wrench is positive, so then the resultant will be, the moment associated with the wrench will be in this direction, right? And if we curl our right hand fingers in this direction, so the thumb will be in the direction of this resultant, right? So this means that we have assumed that the wrench is positive and the direction of the wrench will be in the same R direction. So let me draw that direction as well, right? So if I draw, so let's say that this is the moment that is associated with the wrench. This is the direction of that moment, and let's say that that moment is M. Let me clear this diagram so that we are able to see it clearly, right? So this is that wrench, and let's say that this line is, let's say that this line is the X dash axis, let's say, and let's say that this is Z dash axis at this point P. And if I draw Y axis is here, so let's say that if I copy this Y axis and if I place it here, right, so let's say that this is that Y dash axis which is parallel to the Y axis, right? So this is X dash, Y dash and Z dash axis. So now if we find the total moment due to these two forces at this point P, so that will be the moment at this point P, and then if we multiply the direction cosine of this resultant with that moment, so then both of the moment and the resultant will be in the same direction, right? So I will explain it, that if you want to find the moment at point P, if I write that the moment at point P along X dash, so if we observe these forces from this direction, right? So if I observe this force and this force from this direction, so as we can see that both of these forces are at some distance from this X dash axis, right? We are finding the moment at point P along the X dash axis, right? So this force, this 3F magnitude force, has a distance, perpendicular distance of Y from this X dash axis, right? And the direction of that moment will be in this direction. This 3F magnitude force will produce a moment in this direction, and if we curl our right hand finger, so the thumb direction will be in the positive X dash, right? So the magnitude will be 3F into this perpendicular distance, this Y, and since the direction is in the positive X dash, so we will write positive I, right? And since this force is parallel to this X dash axis, so it will not produce any moment about the X dash axis, right? So this is the moment at point P along X dash. So now to find the moment at point P along Y dash axis, we will observe these forces from this direction. So this force is producing moment about the Y dash axis, and the direction of that moment will be like this. And if we curl our right hand finger, so the thumb direction will be in this direction, and the perpendicular distance between this force and this Y dash axis will be 2A minus Z, right? So this whole length, the height of this frame is 2A. From this point to this point, the line of action of this force, the total distance is 2A, and this point P is at a height of Z, right? So the distance between this f and this y dash axis is how much? So it is 2a minus z, right? So I will write the magnitude will be f into 2a minus z. So this is the perpendicular distance between this f and this y dash, right? If I mention that distance, so this will be that distance, right? So this distance between the point of application of that force and the y-axis, so this distance is how much? So this is 2a minus z. Let me remove these as well, right? So 2a minus z is the perpendicular distance and the thumb direction is in the positive y. So we can write, so that will be plus g. And as we can see that if we extend the line of action of this force, so it will intersect that y dash axis, so it will not produce any moment about the y dash axis. So this is the component of the moment at point P along y dash, right? So now to find the component of the moment at point P along the z dash axis, so we will observe these forces from this direction. So as we can see that this force 3F force is parallel to the z dash axis, so it will not produce any moment about the z dash axis, and only this force F will produce the moment about the z dash axis. And the perpendicular distance between this force and this point P is how much? So that distance is this much. If I represent it, so this distance is this much, right? So this distance is the total width of this frame is a, and this point P is at a distance of y. So this distance will be a minus y, right? So the perpendicular distance of this force from the z axis is a minus y, right? And this force will produce the moment about z in this direction, right? And if we curl our right hand finger, so the thumb will be in the positive z direction, right? So if I write, so this will be k plus k. Now if I find the resultant magnitude, so the resultant magnitude will be equal to, so then this will be f squared plus minus 3f whole squared under the root 2. So this will be f squared plus 9f square under the root 2. So this will be equal to under root 10f, right? So this is the magnitude of the resultant. Now if we find the direction cosine of r, right? So if I find cos of theta x of the resultant, so this direction cosine will be equal to rx divided by the r magnitude. So rx magnitude is f, and this is under the root square root 10f, right? So if I cancel this, so cos of theta x comes out to be this thing, right? So 1 by square root 10. And if you find cos of theta y, so then this will be ry by r. And since there is no component of the resultant along y, so the ry magnitude is 0. So 0 divided by r. So this cos of theta y is equal to 0. And now if you find the cos of theta z direction cosine, so this will be rz by r. So rz magnitude is minus 3f, so I will write minus 3f divided by its resultant. So this comes out to be minus 3 divided by square root 10, right? So these are the direction cosines of the resultant, right? So since if we want to find the wrench resultant, so then the direction of the moment and the direction of the resultant should be in the same direction, right? We have assumed that the wrench is positive. If the wrench is positive, so then the moment and the resultant both will have same direction, and same direction means that both will have same direction cosines, right? So if we compare the direction cosines of both, so then we will be able to find this y and z coordinates of that point P. So if I compare, so if we find the cos of the direction cosine for this moment, right? So this cos of theta x for this moment will be equal to this component, the magnitude of this component divided by the magnitude of the moment, right? So let's say that this magnitude is 3Fy. So if I write 3Fy, and let's say that the magnitude of the moment associated with this wrench is this m, right? Let's say, so this is 3Fy divided by m, and if we compare it with this, the resultant, since both will have the same direction cosine, so this is 1 by, this is equal to this thing, right? So this will give us one equation. If we cross product, if we take the cross product, so then this will be like this. Let's say this is equation 1, right? And now if we write cos of theta y for this moment, so then this magnitude f2a minus z divided by the magnitude of the moment, which is not known, but we have assumed that this is equal to m, so this will be equal to 0, right? So this is 0. So this means that if this means that 2a minus z is equal to 0, so this means that the z coordinate is equal to 2a. So now we know one coordinate of this point P, and that coordinate is 2a, right? So this is that 2a coordinate. And similarly, if we compare cos of theta z of the resultant and the moment, right? So this will be f, the magnitude of this, divided by its magnitude, and this will be equal to this thing, minus 3 divided by square root 10. And if we take the cross product, so then this will be, and if I multiply this, so this will be square root 10 fa minus square root 10 fy is equal to minus 3m, right? So now we have this equation and this equation. There is one small mistake in this mpz dash component, right? So as we can see that I have drawn this direction. So since this force is producing the moment about this z dash axis is in this direction, so if we curl our right hand fingers in this direction, so the thumb direction is in the negative z direction, right? So this is that negative z dash direction, right? This is that positive direction. So this is our positive z dash direction, so this is our negative z dash direction, right? So this means that this is not positive, this is minus k direction, right? So if this is minus k, so then this is minus f into a minus y, right, divided by m. So this will become minus and this will become plus, right? So now this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2, right? So if I multiply this equation 1 by 3, so we will get it 9 square root 10 fy equals to 3m, and if we add this equation and this equation, right? So if I write, so then this will be fa plus, this will be minus 3m. So if we add both these equations, so this will cancel out, this will be minus square root 10 fa, and if we add up both of these, so this will be 10 equal to 0, and if we take this square root 10 f common from this, so this will be minus a plus 10y equals to 0. So this will be cancelled out, so we will be left with this. So this will be minus a plus 10y equal to 0, and y will be equal to a divided by 10, right? So this is that y coordinate of that point P, right? So this coordinate is a by 10. So now we know the coordinates of this point P. Now in the problem it is also said that represent that moment as a vector as well, the moment associated with the wrench, right? So we need to write that vector, so that vector will be equal to m magnitude and the unit vector, and the unit vector of this moment associated with this wrench will be equal to the unit vector of the resultant, right? So this means that we can write the direction cosines of the resultant with this m, right? So what are the direction cosines? So if we write that, if this is the resultant, right, and this resultant is r magnitude and its unit vector, so both will have the same unit vectors, right? So if I write, so then this will be n This is r divided by r magnitude, right? And this is, we have two components of the resultant. One component is along x, so we can write our xi, right? And that vector is, let me write that vector. So that vector is fi minus 3fk, and if we divide it by this magnitude, so magnitude is this under the root 10f, and this is under the root 10f, right? So this unit vector is equal to this thing. This f will be cancelled out and we will be left with and again this f will be cancelled out, so this is that unit vector, right? So if you want to represent the moment associated with this range, so the unit vector of the resultant and this moment will be same, and now we need to find the magnitude of this moment, right, by using these two equations. So now since we know this y coordinate, so we can find that m as well. So if I put the y coordinate in this equation, right, so this is, if I put the y coordinate value in this equation number 1, so m will be equal to 3 square root 10 f, and y is a divided by 10, right? So this will be, we can represent this 110 in terms of 2 square root 10s, right? So this will be cancelled out, and the moment magnitude comes out to be from this is 3fa divided by square root 10. So this is that moment magnitude, and it is positive, so the assumed direction is the accurate direction, right? So the range is positive, right? So this magnitude is positive. And now to write this vector, so this will be equal to this magnitude times this unit vector, right? So this is so if we multiply this, so this will be if I take this one by under the root common, right, so this will be like this, I minus 3k. Now if I further multiply these two, so then the moment vector will be equal to 3fa divided by 10, and this will be I minus 3k, right? So this is that vector representation of that moment which is associated with the range, and these are the coordinates of that point P. So this is the solution of this problem.